I have an original thought that I've shared with a few people and got nothing but positive feedback that has to do with sun exposure. All over the internet, people have been just on megaphones when it comes to sun exposure and sunscreens and sunglasses. So traditionally, we're told all about sunscreens. They're horrible. Baking chemicals into your skin is an absolutely terrible idea. It's a dumb idea. Your skin is meant to breathe. There's supposed to be a corresponding flow of UV light coming in, energizing and detoxing. And when you're covering up and filling those pores, you're creating something that is unnatural. And we wonder why we have things like skin cancer when we're literally baking chemicals into our skin and blocking the flow. That is not how we're designed to work. And, let's move on from sunscreen. That's, to me, is a no-brainer. Then there was the sunglasses. And, this came to me last year, maybe almost 2 years ago for the first time. But last year, my buddy kept calling me out. And sunglasses, when your eyes have these lenses over them, your body doesn't know it's getting that UV light, that sun exposure. So your body's not reacting in a manner to utilize that light in a productive way. And it can actually be counterproductive because your skin's getting pounded by this UV light, but your eyes aren't telling your brain what chemicals to release and what type of systems to turn on to where you can utilize vitamin D and use that to energize safely and effectively. So when you cover up your eyes and you have these sunglasses on for extended periods of time, you're not only weakening your eyes the same way a weight belt works in a weight room, but you're telling your body that you're not getting that sun exposure when you really are. And so sunglasses can be very counterproductive. Don't look at where the sun's hitting the water. Don't stare at that and burn your eyes. Or if you're on a roof, don't stare at the spot where the sun is blinding you. Cover up. Cover up creates shade. Okay, those are the two things. The thing that I came up with in my theory has to do with grounding. And I think it could be one of the most important things involved in utilizing this beautiful, amazing UV light, energizing, cleansing UV light, where we get this vitamin D, what everybody's low and deficient in, is grounding. We are not grounded when we're utilizing this light. Why would you want any electric system to not be grounded? All electric systems work better when they're grounded. We want a ground. We know the effects and what grounding does for us. If you're insulated, we're always insulating ourselves. If you're insulated with rubber-soled shoes, plastic shoes, yada, yada, you could be building up too much charge. And so just like a dog or a horse will sunbathe from 9 to 10 a.m., that angle of that sun is absolutely charging. I know it. I've watched my dog do it his whole life. He charges in that sunlight. He instinctively and intuitively knows that is the best time to utilize that sunlight. But in the middle of the day, no, he's running for shade just like every other animal, which we should be too. So do I believe in sunglasses in the middle of the day? No, I believe in covering up. I work outdoors, labor. I believe in covering up, but I definitely believe we need plenty of sun exposure, and we need that light, and that is something that we're all missing. And one thing that's missing from it is, if you want the correct, natural, full electromagnetic circuit to be as it should be, as it was intended, as we were created, we need to be grounded. Our feet were meant to be grounded. They were meant to be on the ground. Yes, you're protecting them. I get it. You got to wear shoes. I get it. But if you're going to be absorbing UV light, I think you're going to get the full spectrum without sunglasses on, without chemicals baking in your skin, with your bare feet on the ground, or however you can ground, whether it's a grounding mat, mattress, whatever. If you can ground yourself while absorbing that light, I think your electromagnetic circuit is going to be firing and working the way it should be to utilize that wonderful UV light to its full potential. Not to mention, color therapy matters. So like the greens, for example, if you're absorbing UV light and all you see is green in the background and your eyes are looking at the color green, that's a 528 hertz frequency level. If you know the color spectrum, that's when you're also going to utilize UV light the best. That's when photons and phonons kind of intermingle. That's a deeper discussion. But grounding is what I think everybody's missing when it comes to sun exposure and actually using it to our advantage to charge us, to repair us. I think it's the missing link that nobody's really talking about.